guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. Hi guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. For today's video we're going to be going a bit crazy. I don't really know where this came from. One minute I was in bed about to have a nap, next minute I've got blue eyeshadow on. So yeah, that pretty much sums up me. So if you want to see how I got this makeup look, then just keep watching. I look crazy. I'm going a bit colourful. I'm going for like a little bit of a blue moment. I don't know who I am anymore. I'm going out there. We are experimenting. We're doing all sorts. This is not Sinead anymore. Also, if my eyebrows look awful, basically, let me tell you a story. The other night, I was sat in bed, ready to go to bed, turned my TV off, and that like final bit of like scrolling through your phone before putting your phone down to go to bed, and I've seen a TikTok where they shaved off the tail of their eyebrow. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I'm gonna do that. And then I went, like, put my phone down, went to go to sleep, and then it was probably like playing on my mind. So at 2 AM, I put my phone torch on and shaved off my eyebrows in the dark. So if they look a bit mind your damn business. Okay, so for eyes, obviously this is not really what I normally do. I'm crazy. I think I've hit like some kind of like midlife crisis, because who is she? So I'm gonna take the Alexis Stone palette, and this is kind of like the only colourful palette I own. And I've kind of literally, the only shades that I've used in this palette is this row here. I think this is kind of like a perfect palette if you're just getting into colour, because you've got all of like the gradients kind of there for you. So if you struggle with blending and stuff, this is kind of like, it's kind of perfect. So we've kind of just focused down this strip here of the blues. So we're gonna go in with, I'm gonna start off with this shade, and I'm just gonna put that in my crease. I don't know what came over me tonight. Like, I literally have had like no motivation. Does anyone ever get like in those moods where they're like meh, like just have no motivation to do absolutely anything? Because that was literally me today. I woke up, and I can't even lie to you, I didn't even wake up until like midday. And I was like, right, I'm gonna be productive. And I cleaned my room and I put a candle on, and I got back into bed. And that has kind of been the extent of my day. So yeah, I put the TV back on, started to watch some TV, and then I was like, I'm gonna have a nap. And then instead of napping, I was like, no, I need to get out of bed and actually do something. So I painted my eyeball blue. So just kind of building that up. The colour, like the pigment in this palette is incredible. Like, it's so good. And it's also not too scary as well. Like, it gives you time to kind of build the colour up. Like, it's not like wham bam, thank you ma'am. It's just a little bit like, it's buildable. And I'm also going to take it in a little bit further on this side than I normally would, because I'm going to do like a cut crease. So just blending that all the way out into that inner corner. I'm going to take a slightly more tapered blending brush, and I'm going to go into the lightest blue, and I'm just going to kind of tickle the blue that we've already put down so that we can blend it all out. You don't have to be too neat with underneath here, because we've not got our face makeup on yet, so you can clean it up after. So just going to keep going back and forward in with those colours, just to make sure that they're all super blended. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a smaller brush. It's kind of a little bit more flat because I want to pack on some colour on my outer corner. So I'm going to go in with the darkest blue at the bottom here. And I'm just going to start building up that colour on the outer corner. And you can see here, like I said, they're not super like in your face to start off with. Like, they do give you time to like build up the colour so that you don't fuck everything up, basically. Also, this video seems really like unprepared, because it is. I'm also going to take a little bit of that and just pop it in the crease as well, just to deepen it up a little bit more. And then going back in with the first blending brush that we use and just blend that out. I just dropped every single one of my brushes on the floor. Fuming. Oh, now I've got to pick them all up. Oh, pickup process is complete. Okay, so it's time to cut our crease. So just basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the concealer that I'm going to be using later, and I'm going to take that on a flat brush. And I'm going to try and cut my crease on camera, which is going to be, this took me ages, and it still is not even like as perfect as I'd want it. I don't really tend to do like cut creases. I tend to just put like a little bit of concealer on just so that my glitters and stuff have something to stick to. So we're pushing the boat out here today, guys. I'm really going all out. This actually scares me. Like, cutting my crease scares me. I really want to try the P. Louise bases for cutting my crease, because apparently they're really good. So if anyone can vouch for that, comment down below. And what I quite like about this is it's probably not meant to, but it does mix the concealer with the blue a little bit as well. So it just looks quite, it all just looks quite blended. Okay, so now that she's cut, we're gonna go in with a little bit of translucent powder just to kind of set that over, because we're not gonna put any kind of actual color on that bit. We're just gonna kind of blend everything into it. Okay, going back into the palette. So I'm gonna go back in with this shade here, and I'm gonna start blending that concealer into the eyeshadow. I'm going back in with a darker shade. And again, just intensifying that crease as well. And now what I'm gonna do is to further like intensify that outer corner, I am gonna go in with a black. I was gonna go in with a black in this palette, but it's not as, it's more of like a grey. So what I am gonna do, I'm just gonna take the black from the Naked 2 palette and just press that on my outer corner. I feel like this eye look is like the, what's that? The Instagram filter of the butterfly. That's what this is giving me, that vibe. So that is the eyeshadow on the top completed. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do like a tiny thin band of eyeliner just to hide the lash band. So I'm just using the Collection Fast Stroke eyeliner in black. So there is just a tiny band. And then I'm gonna take my mascara. This is just the Max Factor Masterpiece Max mascara. You can use any mascara because we're gonna be putting lashes on anyway. I'm just gonna put a thin coat on my lashes just to kind of darken them up, ready for eyelashes. And then for lashes, we are going to be taking the Molly Cosmetic lashes in the style MCF6. Just wait for the glue to go tacky. And what I like to do is I like to stick on the middle first, do the outer corner and then the inner corner. So just pop them on and just stick it on. Okay, so moving on to skin, I'm gonna take the Makeup Academy Pro Base Priming Oil. I don't know if you can see, but it's got like gold flakes all through it. So I'm just gonna pop that, if I can open it, just all over my face. This probably wouldn't be very good for people that suffer with like oily skin, but my skin's fairly like in the middle. So moving on to foundation. So I actually have a new sponge to try out today, and that is the Luxablenders. And I picked up 2 of the colour changing blenders, and it just says microfiber sponge absorbs up to 70% less product, meaning you save money and don't have to waste your amazing expensive foundations and concealers. Super multifunctional shape allows you to get in the hard to reach places, feels super soft and cuddly on your skin, and makes applying makeup super fun. Right, we're here for that, we love that. So let's get these out. I think these actually change colour with heat because I can't get it out of the bag. Oh, that's why. So they just look like this. So I believe that when I wet it, it's gonna go cream. But I could be lying, it could go pink. But I'm gonna go wet this and see what it's saying. It's super squishy. Guess who's back and better than ever? Okay, so I was right. So with the hot water, it went white. cream. How cute. So if you haven't heard of Luxablener, so basically they're like, I don't know, actually. If you haven't heard of Luxablener, then you've been under a rock. But Danny and Adam are literally like literal relationship goals, and they run the company together, and Adam is just literally like, if I don't find myself and Adam in the next 10 minutes, I think I might cry, because he supports Danny with her makeup so much, and it's just so beautiful and refreshing to see. So we're gonna give this a go. I don't want to make it dirty, I'm really sad. So I'm just taking the Maybelline Superstay 24-hour foundation in the shade Warm Sun. Let's put this to the test. I'm really sad that I've got it dirty. Okay, this foundation might look a little bit dark on here, but in person it doesn't actually look that dark. So I can already tell that this sponge is like soaking up like a lot less product, because I put the tiniest amount on. It's like, it's going a long way, so. Woo! I normally apply my foundation with a brush at the moment and then go over the top with my sponge, but I wanted to give this sponge a try. Oh my god, it's starting to go pink again. Ah! Okay, this foundation is actually really fucking dark. And yet again, Sinead fucks up with her foundation shade. I really need to like, you'd think by now that I'd have learned from my mistakes. I love that it's going pink again. So I've literally used like 2 pumps on my face to kind of cover, and normally I'd use quite a little bit more than that, which is amazing. So I may or may not have just found my new favourite sponge. Also guys, please don't come at me with this foundation shade. I promise that once we like put concealer on and stuff, it's gonna sort this out, because this is actually looking horrific. I look like a Oompa Loompa. We are on like, I'd say like day 6 or 7 of this tan now, so it has come off quite a lot, so don't come at me with your shit comments. And then for concealer, I'm just gonna take the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer. I've got mine in the shade Extra Fair 4. That's gonna go well with the foundation, isn't it? Hopefully we can get some kind of normality back up in this bitch. So I'm just going to kind of do this side first, because this concealer does dry quite quickly, and then I'm going to use the more of the pointed side on this sponge just to kind of get under my eye. Thanks.
It's okay.
So I think the concealer's starting to like even out my face a little bit. And what I'm going to do, as always, I'm going to take my PS My Perfect Colour Foundation and Contour Stick in the shade Chai. And then what I'm going to do, rather than putting it straight on my face, I'm just going to put it on top of the brush, because I don't want to make myself too dark. And I just kind of like to stipple it on rather than like wipe it on. And then just taking the sponge again and just kind of bouncing over everything so that everything's blended together. Unhealthy life choices. Okay, so now we need to set our face. So I'm going to take my MAC Pseudo Fix Powder in NW20, and I'm just going to set all my face using this with a big brush. I'm just going to press that into the face rather than swiping. I feel like really set today. Like, I think that might be the sponge though. Like, I don't feel like I've got as much product on my face, but I feel like my product went a lot further than what it normally does. So normally I feel like a cakey mess at this point. We're living for what's going on right now. I have a hair on my face. Ew, where is that? Okay, so it's time for bronzer. So we're gonna go in with the Wet n Wild bronzer in What Shady Beaches. And I'm just gonna take that on a small contour brush and just lightly contour my face with this. I'm not feeling like a really harsh contour at the moment. Like, I used to properly like carve out my cheekbones and all sorts. Well, my non-existent cheekbones. And then for blush, I'm gonna take this super pink colour from Sleek in Keep It 100. I'm just going to take that on a small fluffy brush. Take a little bit on my nose. And then take it up to the forehead. just to kind of give it more of that like sunburn look. And then for highlight, we're going to take another Wet n Wild product. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder in the shade Precious Petals. So I'm just going to take that on my highlighting brush. That is stunning. Are you seeing that? Ooh. Okay, so it's time to finish off the eyes. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in with, again, the same colours that we've used in our crease. We're going to just take them underneath the eye. So I'm going to go in with the lightest one first. I really want to put yellow on my inner corner. Okay, so I just went ahead and took a small brush and took the yellow in the palette and just popped that on my inner corner. Just because we're feeling fruity today. I look like a fruit bowl. Okay, so that is the eyes finished. I don't know if I regret putting that yellow on my inner corner or not. And then lastly, we are moving on to lips. So of course we're gonna go for a nude lip. So we've got my NYX lip liner in London, and then we're gonna take the Rimmel Stay Matte Liquid Lip Color in the shade MOCA. So just lining my lips like I normally would. And then because I want it like more of like a properly like pale nude, I'm gonna take a little bit of my concealer and just pop that in the middle and then just blend that out on my finger. And then I'm gonna set my face using the Primark Prime and Infuse Setting Spray, Fix Plus Who. And I'm just gonna use that to set all of my hard working face. Okay, so that is the finished look, completely out of my comfort zone, like who is she? But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, join the fam, and I will see you in my next video.